Now, I thought that we'd start with some lighter news, otherwise we'll all lose our minds. So, after a string of gaffes on the war in Israel that are obviously totally unacceptable, but some might excuse as the fog of war, the BBC have scored yet another own goal, and this one is completely inexcusable and reeks of rank hypocrisy. Because this was a show that would have been approved long before it was filmed and would have required some planning. In its wisdom, the BBC, commonly referred to as Auntie, put together a panorama episode about climate change and the damage that we as humans are doing to the planet, entitled, "Why Are We Still Searching for Fossil Fuels?" In order to do this, they felt that they should send their reporter, and I'm presuming a crew, on an estimated 20,000-mile jaunt in airplanes around the world to explain why, in his words, despite all the green promises, we're using more fossil fuels than ever before. Richard Bilton, the programme's reporter, whilst claiming that the world is saying one thing and doing another, travelled to Europe, the Middle East and the United States for the episode, the flights alone producing a conservative estimate of around 5.4 tonnes of CO2, more than the average a person creates in a year, and equates to driving a car for 18 months. This reminds me of Harry and Meghan preaching their climate claptrap after having taken a load of private jets, which they are still taking, by the way. Now, I just want to caveat this with the fact that I do think that there is a place for the BBC, but you can't go out of your way to preach by doing the very thing which is causing the problem to find out how it can be solved. Conservative MP Dame Andrea Jenkins said, if the BBC feels it necessary to lecture the public about fossil fuels, they should practice what they preach first. She went on to say, to add to the rank hypocrisy, the BBC could easily have used local teams of reporters in each country rather than sending one man on a jolly. Apparently, all the flights were economy. Well, that's OK, then. A spokesperson for the BBC said, as a flagship current affairs programme, on occasion, some international travel is required to further investigate important stories and provide audiences with additional insight and analysis, which may not be possible with on-the-ground reporting. So let me help solve the mystery and partly answer the panorama question, why are we still searching for fossil fuels? It's because of people like you, Richard, travelling around the world. Nothing wrong with that, by the way. But what do you think the plane is fuelled by, you numpty?